Welcome back, fellow dragons. I just confused the dog who needs to go away. She's a bad girl who got into the trash again. Don't make me put more bitter spray on the trash can again. I would put pepper in there so you wouldn't sniff, but you lick the trash can more when I do that. Okay, sorry, canine distraction while I was getting comfy, fellow dragons. It's time for the after story stuff. It's gonna be Akito, obviously, because that's who won the vote. But this time we're not seeing things from his perspective like we did with the Natsuhiko route. No. We're gonna see stuff from Nanami's perspective. Also, my new microphone's probably gonna make this a lot better.
Ohayo, Akito.
Huh? Good morning, Akito. Morning.
美味しそうな匂いだね。卵焼きに味噌汁、煮物。日本人らしい朝食だ。
It smells delicious. I see we have omelets, miso soup, and pickled vegetables. A true Japanese-style breakfast.
お前はこっちだ。
Yours is over here.
野菜のスープ？
Vegetable soup.
昨日調子悪そうにしてただろ。朝はこのくらいにしとけ。
You seem to be feeling kinda under the weather yesterday, so stick with this for this morning.
アキトと一緒に暮らしてると女の子に求める理想が高くなりそうで怖いよ。
Kakeru? I'm going to reach into the game and punch you. Why are we you right now? What is going on here? I don't remember what voice I was doing for Kakeru, but you know what? I don't care. I'm hoping he's not going to be around for too long. Living with you is a bit scary, Akito. Feels like I'm going to start setting the bar for a potential girlfriend impossibly high.
はあ？何言ってんだ。つうかお前頭ボサボサだぞ。さっさと支度してこい。
Huh? What are you talking about? And your hair's a fucking rat's nest. Go get cleaned up already.
はーい。
Yes, sir.
アキトくん、ゴミ出し済ませてきました。そろそろお皿を並べましょう
This
か。
again. Oh, fuck. Alright. Akito-kun! I finished taking the trash out. Shall I put the plates on the table?
ああ、頼む。
Yeah, thanks.
おい、あの二人はどうした？
Hey, what about the other two?
センリくんはまだ起きてないみたいで、ナナミちゃんは少し前にお見かけしたんですが。
Senri-kun doesn't seem to be awake just yet. As for Nanami-chan, I saw her a little bit ago.
ほんと朝が弱いやつらだね。先に食べてていい？
Neither of them are morning people. Mind if I go ahead and eat?
ダメだ。かける、千里を起こしてこい。
Akito. Akito. I know that you had Kakeru looking after Senri for you back on the Norn. But, you realize Kakeru's a fucking bully, right? Nah, Kakeru, go wake Senri up.
やだよ。なんで俺が
No way, why me? Cause I'll kick your ass if you don't?
ななみちゃん、起こしに行ってきますね。
I'll go wake up Nanami-chan.
仕方ねえな。じゃあ俺が千里を。
Guess I ain't got a choice. I'll take care of Senri.
そこは普通逆じゃない？小春が千里を、秋人が七海を。その方が二人も起きると思うよ。
Huh? Isn't it normally the other way around? As in, Koharu takes care of Senri and you take care of Nanami? I think they'd be way more likely to get up that way too. Uh...
そもそも同質同士で起こす方が自然だろ。
Okay, so if what I remember from how if I remember from how who was paired with who during Akito's route in the game, Koharu and Kakeru were originally paired up with that shit that happened. And then I guess the bullshit with Shiro occurred and Koharu and Kakeru broke up. In which case, fucking good. Good. Kakeru's a fuckwad. He needs more therapy before he should be dating anyone. He needs so much more therapy. And if Koharu's gonna date anyone with her mental age, honestly, Senri's probably the way to go. But he also needs a fuck ton of therapy, but strangely enough, less than Kakeru. Everybody in this in this series needs some level of therapy. Ooh, kinda looks like it wants to rain. That'd be great, but that's only it may look like it wants to rain, but I don't think it's actually gonna, because when I was outside earlier, the clouds were thin and wispy and sad. Wouldn't that make more sense anyway, since you couples sleep in the same rooms together? Oh yeah, they broke up. Good. Wrong button. I keep pressing the B button instead of the A button. Because I played something earlier on the computer using an Xbox controller, so A and B are swapped in my brain now. After I just got them swapped back from the Nintendo controller. It's fine. It's fine.
それはお前が無理やり俺とあいつを同じ部屋にしたんだろう。思いつきで行動しやがって。
That's only because you forced me to sleep in the same room as her. Another one of your stupid whims. It's called being a matchmaker, man. You're the ones that are letting me live with y'all. I can't really pay rent right now, so that's matchmaking's kind of all I got. Cause I'm too sick for physical labor because of all my fucked up bullshit. Go live with Itsuki and Heishi then.
往生際が悪いな。ま、同室になって間もないから慣れてないのもわかるけどね。 ほら、せっかくの朝食が冷めてしまうよ。
Oh man, you're stubborn as a mule. Well, I get that you're not used to it since it hasn't been that long since you started. Anyway, hurry up and get to it before our meal gets cold.
くそ。
Damn it.
わかりました。少々お待ちください。
Okay then, one moment please.
おい、朝飯できたぞ。さっさと起きろ。
Hey, breakfast ready. Hurry up, hurry and get up.
おい、いつまで寝てんだよ。
Hey, how long are you gonna sleep for?
おい、
Hey,
私の名前は多いじゃない。
my name isn't Hey. That's Heishi's nickname.
お前、絶対起きてただろ。寝たふりなんかしやがって。
I bet you were awake this whole time, but you were just pretending to be asleep.
だって朝食の手伝いしようとしたらアキトが追い返したから。
That's because when I tried to help with breakfast, you chased me out.
あんな恐ろしげな薬草を両手に持ってこられたら、誰だって同じ反応するだろ。
Come on, anyone would react like that when you come with those terrifying herbs of yours.
ユイガさんの体調が悪そうだったから積んできたものなのに。
And I went to all the trouble to pick them because Yuiga didn't seem to be feeling well.
言われた通り、あいつには別の料理を準備した。だから機嫌直せよ。
I did as you asked and made him something else for breakfast, so quit being grumpy.
ちゃんと名前で呼んでくれたら起きる。
If you call me by my name, I'll get up. Why are you sniffing my shoe? Why am I wearing shoes? Oh yeah. There, no more flippy floppies. Get off. Hey. What'd you just grab? Bring it here. You just stole trash again. Right in front of me. Go away. Out. I need to throw that ball of trash away. If she goes for it again, I'm spanking her. She knows better.
ナナミ。
Nanami.
うん。おはよう、アキト。
Yeah. Good morning, Akito. A month had passed since we left the island where Ion was located. Otomaru and Kagami had saved Yuiga, which meant all of us were safe and accounted for. I need to be careful not to go too robotic, because I do this. I basically. The voice I do for Nanami and the voice I do for Ion are basically the same. One's just more robot. Much had happened since then. Now, Akito, Yuiga, Koharu, Ichinose, and I were all living together.
朝の光と正常な空気が僕を蝕む。
The bright morning light and the crisp air are draining the life out of me.
大丈夫ですか、センリ君。
Are you alright, Senri-kun?
そんなに心配しなくていいさ。どうせ昨日も遅くまで起きてたんだろ。
There's no need to worry about him. I'll bet he just stayed up late again last night.
仕方ないでしょ。頼まれ物を作ってたんだから。
Can't really help it now, can I? I was busy making something because someone asked me to.
何
What?
アキトくんに頼まれたものですね。
Oh, he's referring to what Akito-kun asked him to make.
アキト、何を頼んだの？
What did you ask him to make, Akito?
小さい木箱だ。
A small wooden box.
なんだってそんなものを
Hmm? What motivated you to ask for something like that?
別に急いで欲しいわけじゃない。暇な時に作ってくれたらいい。
It's not like I'm in a hurry or anything. You can just work on it when you got some free time.
はい。
Okay.
千里の暇な時って言ったら24時間365日ずっとだね。
Fuck. Give me a moment. There we go. Gotta charge the other controller. Better be careful I pick up the microphone, because I hope I didn't cause feedback with the way I grabbed that. Because the way I've got things set up right now, since I'm recording in my game lounge, because there's less noise in here right now, is yeah, I don't have a desk to set this thing on, so I have to hold it. Which means I'm gonna be accidentally pressing buttons a lot. Because I need games that I can play one-handed for the moment. While I figure this shit out. I don't know how I'm gonna handle Persona 5 with this microphone. I don't want to say that one, Kakeru. That's mean. That's way too mean. But when it comes to Senri, his free time is limited to 365 days of the year and a piddly 24 hours of a day.
否定できない直球の嫌味はやめてもらえますか?
Could you stop making such cutting remarks? Especially ones I can't deny.
どうせ僕なんて何もできない極つぶしですよ。
We all know I'm just a big nobody that can't do anything anyway.
そんなことないですよ。千里くんの木彫りは素敵です。
That's not true at all! Your carvings are incredible!
素人が作ったものには何の価値もありません。
There's no value in anything an amateur like me makes.
そろそろ仕事に行ってくる。洗い物を頼んでいいか?
I gotta leave for work. Can you take care of the laundry for me?
うん。
Sure. Akito worked in the kitchen of a small eatery in town. He'd done the same sort of work before boarding the ship, so he had no trouble acclimating. Shikuri was a fake surname, but he claimed he'd grown accustomed to it, so he continued working under the name Akito Shikuri.
今日は遅い？
Will you be late coming home today?
多分先に寝てていいからな。
Probably. Feel free to go to sleep without me.
待ってる。
I'll wait.
待ってたって別にいいことねえぞ。
Waiting ain't gonna benefit you in any way.
アキトがいる。
It will, because I'm waiting for you, Akito. Oh. How do you expect me to respond to that?
なるべく早く帰ってくる。
I'll try to come home as quick as I can. Okay.
あとあいつに言っておいてくれないか。ごくつぶしなんかじゃないって。
Also, would you mind telling him something for me? That he ain't just a nobody?
今だって大して不自由してねえし、やりたいこと見つかるまでは今のままでいい。
We're doing just fine financially, so there's nothing wrong with continuing the way he's been until he finds something he wants to do.
それはアキトから言ってあげた方が喜ぶと思う。
I think he would be happier hearing that from you than me.
言えるわけねえだろ。
Like I could ever say that to him. You could. You just need some therapy first. So obstinate. That's not what that is. That's the need of therapy right there. He still feels so much shame for the bullshit.
アキトが千里に頼み事。ちょっとは変化があったみたいだね。
So, Akito actually made a request, huh? Seems like you two are Seems like things are changing between the two of you then.
別に大したことじゃないですよ。本当に小さいものだし。
It's not really that big of a deal. It's something super small anyway.
元はといえば、小春さんが僕の作ったウサギの置物を見せたりするから。
The whole reason he asked is because Koharu showed him the bunny carvings I made for her.
すみません。
I'm sorry.
小春さんは何も悪くないと思う。
I don't think you did anything wrong, Koharu.
そうだよ。兄弟で話すいいきっかけになったじゃないか。せっかく記憶が戻ったっていうのにちっとも話さないんだから。
She's right. It's a good opportunity for you brothers to talk. You finally got all your memories back, and yet the two of you hardly say a word to one another. Yuika was referring to the memories I had stolen from Ichinose. After everything that happened on the island, we managed to reunite with Koharu and Ichinose, at which point Akito finally told him about their past. When Akito took the rest of Ichinose's powers from him, I secretly disobeyed his request to erase his memories. That made it impossible for him to keep the truth hidden. Then, Ichinose was able to see everything that had happened in their past, thanks to Toya's ability to peer into people's memories. I apologized to Ichinose for erasing his memories, and Akito apologized for leaving him on his own after that. Ichinose seemed to be confused by this flood of information, but even so, he didn't blame Akito or me for what we'd done. All he did was mutter a quiet thank you to Akito. Although his memories had returned, they would never get back that lost time, so it wasn't as though everything had gone back to the way it was before. That's why Yuiga was acting as a buffer between them, but the chasm between Ichinose and Akito remained.
そういえば今日は小春は仕事休みなの？
Oh, by the way, is today your day off, Koharu?
今日明日お休みです。アキトくんとは明日だけお休みがかぶってます。
Yes, I'm off today. I'm off tomorrow too, which overlaps with Shikuri's day off. Karu's natural smile and good-natured personality enabled her to work as a waitress at the same eatery as Akito. They hardly talked while we were on the ship, but having a work relationship enabled them to grow closer. I think that's a wonderful thing. I was happy to see two of the people I cared about most becoming good friends. Yuiga must have read that from my expression because he eyed me quizzically.
君って嫉妬とかしないの？アキトと小春が同じ場所で働くことについて。一緒にいる時間は小春の方が長いんだよ。
You're not jealous or anything? About her working at the same place as Akito, I mean. He spends more time with Koharu than you because of that.
そんな、一緒と言ってもアキトくんは厨房で私は表に出てますから、顔を合わせない時間の方が長いくらいで。
No! Even though we work together, Shikuri's in the kitchen the whole time, while I'm waitressing out front. We spend more time apart than together, really.
でも、もしお嫌なら、私は違うお店で働いても。
Oh, but if it bothers you, I don't mind finding work at a different place.
別に嫌じゃない。嫉妬する理由も浮かばない。
It doesn't bother me. I don't see any reason to be jealous.
理由も浮かばないって、それはさすがに。
Don't see any reason? That seems a little...
だって小春さんは一ノ瀬さんのことが好きだから。
Of course I don't, because Koharu loves Senri-kun.
はあ、お茶吹きこぼして汚いな。
You spilled tea everywhere. You spewed tea everywhere. Disgusting.
苦情なら僕ではなく白縫さんに言ってくださいよ。
If you want to complain to anyone, please direct it to Shiranui instead of me.
センリ君、布巾をどうぞ。
Here, Senri-kun, have a dishcloth.
私は間違ったこと言った？
Did I say something wrong?
いや、千里の精進が足りないだけさ。
Nah, Senri's just too jumpy for his own good.
ほっといてください。ていうか小春さんもなんで普通でいられるんですか？
Leave me alone, would you? More importantly, Koharu, why is it that you're able to act perfectly normal after that?
でも本当のことなのですみません。
Well, because she only spoke the truth. Sorry.
砂糖を5キロくらい摂取した気分だな。話を元に戻すけど、なんでアキトは木箱なんて頼んだの？
I think I just got cavities listening to that. But let's return to the topic at hand, shall we? Why did Akito ask you to make a wooden box?
知りませんよ。単純に僕に作らせた方が安上がりだからじゃないですか。
I have no idea, but it's logical to assume he asked me because it'd be cheaper than paying someone else, right?
お前のトゲトゲしさは実の兄に対しても変わらないんだね。
You're as prickly with your own blood as you are with the rest of us, I say.
そりゃ僕だって何も思わないわけじゃないですよ。少しくらい親しくしたいと望まなくもない。
It's not like I'm completely cold and unfeeling. Even I would like it just a little bit if the two of us could be just a little closer.
けどあの人目を合わせてくれないし名前すら呼ばないんですよ。僕の名前はロイじゃないんです。
But my brother won't even look me in the eye, and he won't call me by my name. My name isn't Hey. Ironically, I'd said the same thing to Akito this morning. Though, I added in the joke about Hey being Heishi's name. Or at least that's what Itsuki calls him.
私もアキトには名
Oh
前
no,
を呼
wait.
んでもらえない
She wouldn't call him Itsuki, she'd call him Kagami. And call him Otomaru. Fuck, I messed up the joke entirely. I can't get Akito to call me by name either. Unless I force him to, that is.
名前って強制して呼ばせるものだっけ？
Should you really have to force someone to do that?
不思議ですね。私やかけるくんの前ではお二人のことを名前で呼んでいらっしゃるのに。
That is strange, isn't it? Akito-kun will call the two of you by your names when he's in front of Yuiga and me.
しかもユイガさんと小春さんのことは普通に呼んでるでしょう。ずるいです。
He has no trouble calling Yuiga and Koharu by their names either. It's not fair.
恥ずかしいだけだと思う。悪気があるわけじゃない。
I think he's just embarrassed. He doesn't mean anything bad by it.
名前すら呼べないなんて、あの人対人能力なさすぎでしょ。
His interpersonal skills are pretty awful if he can't even call us by our names.
さすがお前の兄だね。
Not surprising considering who his younger brother is. Kakeru, pretty sure you have a fucking therapy appointment you need to get to, man.
その通りですけど、こんなことで兄弟だということを自覚したくありません。
Yes, I know, although I'd rather feel that familial connection from something other than a shared lack of social skills. Our daily lives together were peaceful and uneventful. All that was different was where we lived. Instead of the spherical ship, we now resided in an ordinary house. Ichinose still retained the habit of holding up in his room, but Koharu would gently scold him for it, and Yuiga would at times take more forceful measures to drag him out. Akito still looked perpetually grumpy, even as he cooked up people's favorite dishes. The house was lively, also serene and relaxing. We passed the time here the same way we did when we were on the ship.
そういえばユイガさん、お薬飲んでない。
By the way, Yuiga, you haven't touched your tea.
目ざといな。アキトのことだけ気にしてればいいのに。
You sure are observant. You'd be better off giving that attention to Akito, though.
あなたの看病は重要度の高い役目。はい、薬。
I have an extremely important duty of nursing you back to health. Here, your medicine.
こんなの飲まなくてももう平気なんだけどな。
I'm basically back to normal already. I really don't need to drink this. Yuiga looked a little forlorn as he took the medicine from me. While he was with his so-called father, kidnapper, cough cough, he'd sustained deep emotional scars. His body was also severely weakened from it, enough that he couldn't even get out of bed for a while. For days he had nightmares and would groan in his sleep, resulting in insomnia. Fortunately, Kagami had used his powers to free Yuiga from those nightmares, and the symptoms slowly diminished. I know he hasn't liked the medicine, but he still needs to take it. Akito had entrusted me with the task of looking after Yuriga while he recovered, as well as monitoring Ichinose's food intake since he often skipped meals. Granted, the latter wasn't that big of an undertaking since all I had to do was heat up the food that Akito had already made. I'd spent every day this past month looking after these two.
ああ、そうだ、ナナミ。これから花屋に出荷に行こうと思うんだけど、付き合ってくれない？
Oh, by the way, Nanami, I was thinking about heading to the flower shop to handle a shipment. Would you mind coming along?
また能力使ったの？休むように言ってるのに。
You used your powers again? We told you to take it easy.
ちょっとだけだよ。ただ、一人で抱えきれる量じゃないから。
Only a little. Problem is I can't carry it all by myself.
わかった。準備してくる。
Fine. I'll go get ready to leave. Dweega and I walked along the main street, heading for the flower shop. In our hands were vibrant bouquets, which drew the attention of the people we passed.
最初は遊びで作ったものだったんだけど、定期的に依頼が来るなら、これで商売してもいいかもな。
I started making these for fun, but since requests for them have come in periodically, I'm thinking I could make a business out of this. Dweega held the two bouquets in his hand out for me to see. The flowers were blooming beautifully, likely due to Yuiga's powers. That wasn't all that made them impressive, though. The perfect balance of color indicated he had a good eye.
ちょっとした小遣い稼ぎにもなるし、このくらいいいだろ。
It gives me a little spending money. No harm in doing only this much, right?
私が判断できることじゃない。アキトに話してもらわないと。
That isn't up to me to decide. You need to discuss that with Akito.
アキトってさ、変なやつだよね。
Akito's a weird guy.
私から見れば、ユイガさんも変な人。
You're playing weird yourself if you ask me.
俺は至って普通の好青年だよ。アキトの場合は優しすぎると思うんだ。ちょっと異常なくらい。
Hey, Kakeru? Rein it in a bit. You're making assumptions based on your own perceptions. Every human on the planet is different, man. So, fuck you. Alright, I'm gonna actually read the line now. I'm a perfectly normal, nice young man. Akito, on the other hand, is too nice for his own good. Abnormally so.
だってせっかく君っていう恋人ができたんだから、二人きりで暮らせばよかったのに、そうしないし。
I mean, he was lucky enough to find a romantic partner in you, so he'd be perfectly justified if he wanted to live alone with you. But he doesn't do that.
弟の面倒を見たり、俺なんかの世話まで焼いて。弟はまあいいよ。生き別れ同然でずっと気にかけてたんだから。でも俺は違う。
He looks after his brother and even fusses over me, too. I mean, I get it, they were separated for a long time and he's always worried about Senri, but there's no excuse with me. Kakeru, I've got bad news for you. I think Akito's adopted you as a second brother.
俺はあいつの大事な弟や友人たちを危険な目に遭わせたんだ。普通そんな奴のことまで世話しようと思う。
I put his friends and loved ones in danger. Does it make any sense for him to go out of his way to look after a guy like me? What Yuiga was referring to involved his father. His father, in quotation marks. In a bid to use the Esper's power for himself, he had manipulated Yuiga and cleverly persuaded Koharu and Senri to go along with him as well. Our group had separated as a result, and had things played out differently, we might have had to fight one another.
あなたは洗脳されていた。意図してやったことじゃない。
You were brainwashed. You didn't do any of that intentionally.
そんなの関係ないよ。俺は恨まれて当然のはずだ。なのにアキトもみんなも本当にお人よしだ。
That doesn't really matter. I'd understand if Akito held a grudge against me, but instead he and everyone else are too good-natured. Someone get this man some fucking therapy. Please.
あの家は船で旅をしていた頃と何も変わらないね。ぬるま湯に浸かっている気分だ。
Life is the same in this house as it was on the ship. Feels like being submerged in a lukewarm bath.
嫌なの？
So you dislike it?
そうじゃない。あの家もみんなも何も悪くない。悪いのは人の優しさを異常だと思ってしまう俺だ。
No, that's not it. Okay. Yep, there we go. That's better, man. Good job. We still need to get you therapy. We also need some family counseling for Akito and Senri, but first things first. If we find one good therapist, we can we might need to find two therapists, actually. These people need so much therapy. Everyone in this game needs therapy. Yeah. Nope. No, that's not it. There's nothing wrong with our house, our friends, or anything else. The problem lies with me for finding such kindness abnormal. Yep. But that's why you need therapy, man. You were abused. You never experienced proper kindness or unconditional love. Everything you got before was conditional, man. You need some therapy. And your friends are giving you part of it, but you need an actual therapist, man.
私もそんな風に思った時期もあった。人に優しくされるのが怖いと怯えたりした。
There was a time when I felt the same way. When I would flinch away from people's kindness, afraid of it. Yeah, Kakeru isn't the only character in this game that's the victim of abuse. There are like 4 of them in the same fucking house at this point. Out of everyone in this living dynamic, Koharu needs the least amount of therapy, and even she needs therapy.
そっか。過去形で済ませられているのは羨ましいね。
Yeah? I'm envious of you for being able to talk about it in the past tense.
あなただっていつかはそうなる。
Someday you'll be able to do the same.
どうだろうね。とにかく今はぬるま湯が落ち着かなくて何かやれることがないか探しているところなんだけど。
Not so sure about that. At any rate, being in a lukewarm bath makes me restless. That's why I'm trying to find something to do.
それがブーケ作り？
Which is why you started making bouquets?
自分の薬代くらいは稼ぎたいからさ。でもアキトがなかなか納得してくれないんだ。説得手伝ってくれない？
I'd like to at least make enough money to cover my own medicine, but Akito won't give me an inch. Could you help me persuade him?
あなたが無理のない範囲でやると約束してくれるなら。
As long as you promise not to push yourself too hard. He smiled at me, but otherwise didn't respond. The scars he'd suffer wouldn't heal overnight. No matter how much he smiled, all I could see was the pain lurking underneath.
なんで君にはこういう弱音を吐けるんだろう。船にいた頃はほとんど話したことなかったのに。君なら深刻に捉えないって思うからかな。
I don't know why I can be so vulnerable with you. While we were on the ship, the two of us hardly spoke. Maybe it's because I think you won't take what I say too seriously.
失礼な。私だってあなたのことは心配してる。
Rude. I'm worried about you too.
ごめん。それは分かってるんだけど。アキトの恋人だからかな。
Oh, sorry. I know you are. Maybe it's because you're Akito's girlfriend.
それって関係ある？
Does that really have any impact?
あるよ。アキトが選んだ相手ならって安心してしまうのかもしれない。
It does. Maybe I feel like I can relax around you because Akito chose you. While Yuiga's physical condition had been steadily improving, the same could not be said for his mental state. What could help heal those emotional scars? The answer wasn't medicine or the sweet dreams Kagami's powers offered. Akito had taught me that only the emotional support from others could heal those kind of wounds. No one blames him for anything that's happened. We're only worried about him. Why does he find it so hard to accept our kindness? Nanami, the reason that Akito finds, or not Akito, but also him, but the reason Kakeru finds it so hard to accept kindness from everyone is because you need to think about the stuff you went through and then multiply that by 10. That is what Kakeru went through.
So りゃあいつがバカだからだ。
What's going on here? That's because he's an idiot. That was Akito's blunt conclusion.
何が異常だよ。俺は普通だ。自分のことを好青年とか言ってるあいつの方がおかしいだろ。
What do you mean calling me abnormal? I'm perfectly normal. If anything, he's the weird one going around calling himself a nice young man. That night when I went to Akito's workplace to walk him home, I explained what happened out earlier that afternoon. Akito looked annoyed, as I expected he would.
花屋の仕事をやるのは構わねえが、 ただ食いぶち稼ぎたいだけならやめとけって言っといてくれ。
I don't care if he wants to work at a flower shop, but if he's only doing it during his keep, tell him to knock it off.
お前の言う通り、無理してまた体壊したら困るだろ。あの野郎、俺のことなんだと思ってんだ。
It's like you said, ain't gonna do anyone any good if he pushes his body to the breaking point. That dolt. What kind of person does he think I am?
いや、やっぱ俺から話す。明日は仕事が休みだから、ちょうど時間も作れる。
Nah, I changed my mind. I'll talk to him. I'm off tomorrow so I can pull him aside.
ユイガさんに直接話せるなら、一ノ瀬さんにもそうするべきだと思う。
If you can speak to Yuiga directly, then I think you should do the same with Ichinose.
分かってるよ。
Yeah, I know.
そういえば、ユイガさんに嫉妬しないのかとも言われた。 I need a sip of caffeine. The breathing that I've been doing to be able to talk better for game is making me yawn. Also, I had to be up early this morning because of freaking morning shift. I hated it. There we go. Soda's probably not the best thing, but I need caffeine. Oh, that's right. Yuiga also asked me if I was jealous.
はあ？誰が誰に？
Huh? Who'd you be jealous of?
私が小春さんに。アキトと小春さん、職場が同じだから。
Koharu, because the two of you work together.
それで、お前はなんて答えたんだ？
And what'd you say?
しないって言った。
I said I'm not.
少しはしろよ。
Hey, be a little jealous at
し
least.
た方がいいの？
So I should start being jealous.
しろって言われてするもんじゃねえだろ。
It's not something you can do just because I told you to.
小春さんは一ノ瀬さんのことが好きなんだから、する必要はないと思った。
Koharu is in love with Ichinose, so I see no reason. Bleh. Koharu is in love with Ichinose, so I see no need to be jealous.
まあそうなんだが、もっと別の答えがあっただろう。その逆っていうか。
What? Well, I get what you mean. Still, you could have given a different answer. Like, I mean, you could have said the opposite.
逆？小春さんがアキトに興味がないってこと？
The opposite? As in Koharu has no romantic interest in you anyway?
そうじゃなくて、その、俺が。
No, not that. I mean, that You?
お前に惚れてるから嫉妬する必要がないとか、そういうことだよ。
I'm in love with you, so there's no need for you to be jealous. That's what I meant.
おい、黙るな。気まずいだろ。
Hey, don't go quiet on me. You're making it awkward.
次からはそう答える。
Next time I'll be sure to answer that way.
おう。
Okay.
つうか、俺も別に気にしてねえからな。お前が昼間、カケルやセンリと一緒にいても。
Anyhow, I ain't bothered either by you being around Kakeru and Senri during the day, I mean.
うん。あ、でも鏡さんに近づくなって言ってるのはあれは何？
Okay. Oh, but you did tell me not to get close to Kagami, right? Why was that?
あれは防犯だ。
For your own safety. For my own safety?
つかお前こんな時間に出歩くんじゃねえよ。危ねえだろうが。
You know you shouldn't even be out here at this time of night. It's too damn dangerous.
問題ない。護身術には磨きをかけている。最近は近所の道場にも通って勉強中。黒帯目指す。
It's not an issue. I'm refining my self-defense skills as we speak. I've been studying lately at a neighborhood dojo. I'm aiming for a black belt.
恐ろしい女だな。
You're a terrifying woman.
すべてはあの家を守るため。
I do it all to protect our home.
何からだよ。つか俺が頼んだのはカケルとセンリの世話であって警備じゃねえぞ。
From what? You know I asked you to look after Kakeru and Senri, not be our security guard.
お二人ともお帰りなさい。
Oh, welcome home, you two! Koharu and Ichinose greeted us when we arrived home.
お風呂沸いてる。
The bath's ready.
ああ
Okay. It was unusual to see Chinose in the living room like this. He was normally cooped up in his room at this hour. Given that Kakeru is absent, I think he may have taken over Senri's room. He was eyeing Akito as if he had something he wanted to say, but he was unable to voice whatever was on his mind. Instead, watching silently as Akito disappeared into the bath.
センリ君、ちゃんと言わないとダメですよ。
Senri-kun, you have to tell him.
無理です。小春さんから渡してください。
I can't do it. Please, Koharu, give it to him for me.
そんな、センリ君が頑張ったんだから、センリ君から渡すべきです。
I couldn't possibly. You put so much effort into it. You should give it to him yourself. Could this be
アキト
about...
の頼まれ物、できたの？
Did you finish carving that box for Akito?
そうだ。白縫さんから渡してくださいよ。その方があの人だって喜ぶ。
I did. Would you give it to him, Shiranui? I'm sure he would be happier getting it from you
喜
than...
ばない。あなたから渡すべき。
He wouldn't. You need to give it to him.
なあタオルどこにある？
Hey, where are the towels?
片付けの途中でした。はい、こちらをお使いください。
Oh, I was in the middle of putting them away. Here, use this one.
おう
Thanks.
さっさと寝ろよ。寝不足で倒れても知らねえぞ。
Go to bed already. None of my business if you pass out because of lack of sleep. Akito averted his eyes as he spoke. It would be better if he could look Ichinose in the face when speaking to him, but it seemed he couldn't quite do that yet. I'm sure I've pointed this out before, but it's really adorable how Akito's eyes are the same color as Senri's hair, and Senri's eyes are the same color as Akito's hair. It's adorable.
なんだ？
What is it?
頼まれたもの。これでいいですか？
The box you asked for? Will this do? Ichinose finally produced the object he'd been hiding behind his back this entire time. The wooden box was small enough to fit in his two hands. Detailed floral patterns were carved into the sides. It was obvious at a glance how much work had gone into making it.
文句があるなら直しますから言ってくださいね。と言っても僕みたいな素人にできることは限られてますが。
If there's anything you're dissatisfied with, please tell me. I'll fix it, although there's a limit to how much an amateur like me can do.
本当にこれをお前が作ったのか？
Did you really make this?
疑うなんて失礼な人ですね。そりゃ完璧には程遠い出来ですけど、仕方ないでしょ。木箱なんて初めて作ったんだから。
It's awfully rude to tell a person like that. I know it's far from perfect, but it's not really my fault. It's my first time ever making a box like that.
すげえな。器用だとは思ってたが、ここまでとは思わなかった。びっくりした。
It's amazing. I figured you were skilled with your hands, but I didn't realize you were this good. I'm shocked.
お世辞は結構ですよ。
You don't need to flatter me.
千里くん、アキトくんはお世辞なんて言いませんよ。
Senri-kun, Akito-san isn't saying that to flatter you.
だって本当にそう思ってるように聞こえませんもん。びっくりしたとか言いながら全然普通だし。
But it doesn't sound like he really means what he's saying. He says he's surprised, but he looks completely normal. Although his expression hadn't betrayed any emotion this entire time, Akito's eyes had suddenly grown red.
アキト
Akito?
なんだよ。
Yeah, what is it?
もしかして泣いてる？
You're not crying, are you? Gah!
Eh?
Huh?
泣いてねえよ、バカ。
I'm not crying, dummy.
よかったですね、千里くん。アキトくんが喜んでくれて。
This is great, Senri-kun. Akito-san likes what you made.
そりゃ喜んでほしいとは思ってましたけど、でもそんな泣くほどのことでもないでしょう。
Well, I mean, I did want him to like it, but it's not so special he's gotta cry over it.
あんなに小さかったお前がこんなもの作れるようになるなんて。
I can't believe my tiny little baby brother is now making stuff like this.
あなたが作れって言ったんでしょ。お店で並んでるものの方がよっぽどいい出来ですよ。すぐ壊れても知りませんよ。
You're the one who told me to make it. You can find way better quality stuff in the store. Don't blame me if it breaks right away.
私には普通の売り物と遜色ないように見える。
The quality of this box seems the same as one you would find in a store. At least to me.
私もそう見えます。あったら絶対買います。
I feel the same way. If I found something like this in a store, I'd buy it right away.
みんなして僕をおだてて。もういいです。僕は寝ます。
Everyone's sweet talking me. Enough. I'm going to bed.
千里くん。それじゃあお二人
Senri-kun?
ともおやすみなさい。
Well, I hope you have a nice night.
アキト、よかったね。
I'm happy for you, Akito. The other two had left the living room. Akito stopped trying to hide the tears pouring down his face. Wait a minute. Once the other two had left the living room, Akito stopped trying to hide the tears pouring down his face. There we go. Better. He wrapped his arms around me and buried his face in my shoulder.
幸せすぎて怖えな。お前がいて、あいつがいて、どうにかなっちまいそうだ。
I'm so happy it scares me. I've got you and my brother. It's like I'm in some kind of dream or something.
俺なんかがこんなに恵まれてていいのか。俺はどうしようもない人間だぞ。
Is it really okay for someone like me to be so blessed? I feel like I don't deserve this at all. I could feel his tears soaking into my shirt as I stroked the back of his head.
今がとても幸せなのは、これまであなたがずっと頑張ってきたから。何にも悪いことはない。
The reason you feel so happy now is because of how hard you have worked to get here. There's nothing wrong with that. Akito only cried for a couple of minutes. As soon as he got out of the shower, he was back to his usual grumpy expression. Akito normally didn't stay up too late, but he spent the entire night staring at the wooden box Ichinose had made. Then he left with Yuiga early the following morning. I wasn't sure if that was because he wanted to avoid Ichinose out of embarrassment, or because he wanted to discuss things with Kakeru as he said he would. Around noon, Koharu and Ichinose also went out to do some shopping in town. They left me alone to take care of the cleaning and laundry while I waited for them all to return. The first ones to come back were Koharu and Ichinose. But for some reason, their expressions were dark. Ichinose in particular looked like he was on the verge of tears.
何かあったの?
Did something happen? They both remained silent, not answering my question. After a long moment, Koharu seemed to gather her resolve.
昨日千里くんがアキトくんに渡した木箱、どちらにありますか?
The wooden box Ichinose gave to Shikuri yesterday? Would you happen to know where it is?
部屋にあると思うけど、それがどうしたの?
I think it's probably in our room, but why do you ask?
確かめさせてもらっていいですか?
Would you mind if we went to check? Ichinose seemed so serious that I couldn't refuse. I guided them to our shared room. Huh? I'm sure it was here the whole night. The wooden box that Akito had gazed at so fondly was nowhere to be found. It made me wonder if perhaps he had taken it with him when he and Yuiga went out earlier. Ichinose sounded heartbroken as he mumbled, I knew it.
僕の作った木箱、家具屋にあったんです。
We found the wooden box I made at a furniture store. What?
店の人に話を聞いたら、今朝男から買い取ったものだって言われました。
When we asked the staff there about it, they told us they'd bought it from a man this morning.
せめて買い戻そうと思ったんですが、もう買い手もついているそうで。
We'd hoped we could at least purchase it ourselves, but they said they'd already found a buyer.
どうして一ノ瀬さんの作ったものが店で売られているの?
Why would something Ichinose made be for sale in a shop?
そんなの一つしか考えられないじゃないですか。あの人がシュクリさんが売ったんですよ。
Obviously, there's only one possibility. He, that is, Shikuri, must have sold it. The way he reverted to calling Akito by his last name made my heart ache.
まさかそんなことするはずがない。
That can't be. He wouldn't do something like that.
僕だってそう思いたいですよ。あんなものでも少しは喜んでくれたんじゃないかって思ってたのに。
I want to believe you're right. Honestly, I thought that when I gave it to him, he was at least a little happy to receive it, but...
千里くん。
Senri-kun?
店にあったのは本当に一ノ瀬さんが作ったもの？似ているものじゃなくて？
Are you sure that what you saw in this shop was the exact one Ichinose made, not something similar?
私 私も千里くんが作っていたのをずっと見ていましたから、あれは間違いなく千里くんの作ったものです。
Yes, I watched Senri-kun the entire time he was working on it. It was definitely the box he made.
持ち主はあの人ですから、好きにしてもらって結構です。でも売るなんてひどいです。
It belongs to him now, so he's free to do whatever he wants with it, but to sell it, that's just too cruel. If the two of them were this vehement, then they were probably correct about what they saw. However, I knew there was no way Akito would do something that would hurt Ichinose. There had to be some reason for it. Ichinose's eyes were shimmering as if he was about to break into tears at any moment. Even Koharu's attempts to console him were having no effect.
理由、アキトに聞いてみて。
Ask Akito about it.
嫌です。もう話したくない。
No, I don't want to talk to him anymore.
アキトは本当に喜んでいた。お墓まで持っていくって言い出しそうなくらい。
Akito was really happy to receive it. The way he cradled it, I wouldn't be surprised if he declared he was going to take it to the grave with him.
そんな大げさです。
No way, you've got to be exaggerating.
きっと事情があるはず。私が聞けばすぐ済むことだけど、兄弟のことで間に入るべきじゃないと思うから。
There has to be more to it. We could find out immediately if I asked, I'm sure. But this is between brothers. I don't think I should be inserting myself.
ただいまー。
We're back.
お二人とも帰ってこられたみたいです。千里くん、行きましょう。
Oh, it looks like they've returned. Senri-kun, let's go see him, okay?
はあ、お腹すいた。アキト、何か作って。
I'm hungry. Akito, make me something.
人を駒使いにすんじゃねえ。何が食いたいんだ？
Don't treat me like I'm some kind of maid. So what do you want to eat?
高級フレンチ。
First class French cuisine.
てめえが材料買ってくるなら作ってやるよ。
You fit the bill for the ingredients, and sure, I'll make that for you.
おかえりなさい。かけるくん、あきとくん。
Welcome home, Kakeru-kun, Akito-kun.
ただいま。3人ともどこにいたの？今にいないから出かけてるのかと思った。
Thanks. Where were you, the three of you? You were not in the living room, so we figured you went out.
2階にいました。それで、
We were on the second floor. Actually,
聞きたいことがあります。
there's something I want to ask.
なんだよ。
What is it?
僕の作った木箱、店に売りましたか？
Did you sell the wooden box I made?
は？
Huh?
見たんです。家具屋であの木箱が売られているの。もう買い手がついてしまっていましたけど。
I saw it. A furniture store was selling it. They said they already had a buyer, though.
なんであれが店に売られているんですか？事情があるなら教えてください。
Why was it being sold there? If you have a good reason for it, please tell me. Akito?
千里の作った木箱ってこれのこと？
Is this the wooden box you made? Yuiga pulled something out of the bag he was carrying. Without a doubt, it was the exact box Ichinose had carved.
どうして？確かにお店にあったのに。
How? I know I saw it at that store.
店の人に試してもらったんだよ。お前の作ったものが商品として通用するのか。
I asked one of the staff to put it on display as a test. I wanted to see if the stuff you made was marketable. Huh?
ほんの数時間だけ店頭に置いてもらったが、 5人の人間が買いたいと言ってきたそうだ。
It was only out for a couple hours, but they told me they got 5 interested buyers.
どうしてそんなことしたんですか？
Why would you do something like
お
that?
前がこれを大したものじゃないって言ったからだ。そうじゃないって証明したかった。
Because you acted like it didn't have any value. I wanted to prove that it does.
俺はこいつを本当にいいと思った。ただこういうものには疎いから価値があるとか判断がつかねえ。
I really like this box, but I don't know how much about this kind of stuff, so I can't judge whether it's got value or not.
アニバカが身内びいきでいいって思ってるだけかもしれないしね。
Basically, your idiot brother thought he might be biased because you're family.
そうだ。あ、いや、誰がバカだ。俺はバカじゃねえ。
I'm going to correct your double negative for you there, Akito. Yeah, wait, who you calling an idiot? I'm no idiot.
でもそんなことに何の意味があるって言うんですか？僕はあなたが喜んでくれるだけでいいって思ってるのに。
But what was the point of doing that? The only thing I care about is that you're happy with it.
指物師ってわかるか？家具を作る職人のことだ。お前に向いてると思うんだが、どうだ？
Do you know what a carpenter is? It's someone who makes furniture. I think you'd be good at that kind of thing. How about you?
どうって言われても急にそんな。
How should I know when you're asking out of nowhere like this? Akito glanced at me. I could tell what he was trying to say. I gave him an encouraging nod. With renewed resolve, Akito began to explain.
俺はお前のこと極潰しだなんて思ってない。面倒を見るのも嫌じゃない。
I don't think you're a nobody at all. I don't mind looking after you either.
さっき俺を喜ばせるだけでいいって言ってくれたのも、それだけでちょっと泣きそうになる。
Just a second ago when you said it was enough for you if I was happy, that honestly brought me close to tears.
あ、いや、もう二度と泣かねえけどな。
But don't get me wrong, I ain't gonna cry ever again. I will not correct that one. Because there's not really much to correct, I don't think. But yeah, no, even if that was a double negative, I wouldn't correct it because you will be crying again. Every human cries.
泣いたの？いつ？
Huh? You cried. When?
昨日木箱をもらった時に
Yesterday, when Ichinose gave him the box.
本当に？アキトが？
Seriously? Akito did.
うるせえよてめえら。ちょっと黙ってろ。
Enough, all of you. Shut up for a sec.
あ、嬉しいのは嬉しいが、閉じこもったままじゃダメだと思うんだよ。人は人のいる場所でしか成長できないんだから。
I'm glad you were happy, but I don't think it's good for you to keep holed up in your room the way you do. People can only grow when they're out around others.
もっとお前にはいろいろ見てもらいたいし、楽しい思いもしてほしい。その方法の一つだと思うんだ。指物師っていうのは。
I want you to see more of what's out there, to enjoy yourself. One way I think you could do that is by becoming a carpenter.
危ない橋を渡りすぎです。もし僕が作った木箱買われちゃってたらどうするんですか？
You test fate way too much. What would you have done if someone else managed to buy that box I made you?
置いてもらっただけだって言っただろ。客にはもう買い手がついているって言い訳してもらった。
I told you, I just had him display it for me. And I had them tell people it already had a buyer.
本当に評判良かったらしいよ。ただ最初の数時間はアキトがずっと見張ってて、そのせいで逃げたお客もいたみたいだけど。
Seems like your box was pretty popular. The only issue was the first few hours Akito was outside watching like a hawk, so he scared away a couple of customers.
盗まれたら困るだろう。
I wouldn't have stood for it if someone pinched it.
だからってずっと商品を睨みつけてたら誰も寄りつかないよ。
That's no excuse to stare at it continuously. That just keeps people away.
俺が無理やりアキトを店から離した時にセイニたちに見つかったみたいだね。
You two must have come along after I forcefully dragged Akito away from the store.
そうだったんですね。
So that's what happened.
本当に売られてしまったんだと思いました。
I really thought you had sold it off.
売るわけねえだろ。これは墓場まで持っていく。
As if I'd do something like that. I'm taking this box to the grave with me. Huh?
言った通りでしたね。ななみちゃんの。
It's just like you said, Nanami-chan.
はい。
Yeah.
誤解させて悪かった。前もって言おうかとも思ったんだが。
Sorry for the misunderstanding. I thought about saying something before I did it, but
事前に聞いてたら僕は木箱を取り上げてました。
if you'd told me beforehand, I would have taken the box back.
だろうと思ったよ。
Yeah, figured as much.
昨日に引き続き、今日も素敵な日になりましたね。
Today ended up being just as wonderful as yesterday.
僕の心臓は働きすぎて止まりそうです。
My heart had such a workout, it's likely to quit on me.
今日、センリ君が家具屋さんに行ったのは、次、アキト君に何を作ろうか決めるためだったんですよ。
Actually, the reason Senri-kun went to the furniture store today was so he could get ideas of what to make for Akito-san next.
なんで言うんですか、小春さん。
Why are you ratting me out, Koharu?
このままだと不公平な気がして、センリ君もアキト君のことを思ってるんですから。
It's only fair you share too. You were thinking about Akito just like he was thinking about you. Akito was left at a loss for words.
アキト泣いちゃう？
Oh, Akito, you gonna cry? Hey, Kakeru, you and your toxic masculinity, fuck off.
泣かねえよ。
Akito, you also fuck off with your toxic masculinity. We gotta cure y'all of that. There is no set definition for what makes a man. Are you neurologically male in the brain? Do you identify as being a man? Then you are a man. There you go. No, I ain't. This time Akito managed to hold in his tears, but he surprised us with a lavish dinner. Ichinose seemed to be savoring every bite, which made it easy to guess that it was probably his favorite food. Seeing the two of them so happy made me happy too. After retiring to our room, Akito wouldn't stop staring at the wooden box. Actually, he wasn't just staring. He was furrowing his brow as if lost in deep contemplation.
アキト、どうしたの？
Akito, what's the matter?
この箱に何を入れたらいいか考えてるんだよ。何かこれにふさわしい大事なものがいいんだ。
I'm trying to figure out what I should put in this box. Gotta be something important.
大事なもの。印鑑とか？
Something important? Like the seal we use to stamp official documents?
夢がない。
That ain't sentimental at all.
夢まで求めるの？
So it has to be sentimental too?
なんか綺麗なもんがいいんだよな。お前持ってないか？
Give me a moment, fellow dragons. Okay, sorry, fellow dragons. My phone rang and people don't call me. They especially don't call me at nearly 7 o'clock in the evening, Central Standard Time. So I thought it might be something important. Whoever it was did not leave a message, so I don't know. I also don't know where I put that thing, but it's fine. I don't need it right now. But back to the game. Something pretty'd be nice. You ain't got anything like that.
大事で夢があって綺麗なもの。難易度が高すぎる。
Uh-oh? Uh-oh. So I sat down on my headphones. Okay, let me try something. Oh, wrong controller. Wrong controller. Where's the correct controller? There it is. It fell. Okay. Okay. Okay, whatever problem it was has been resolved. Probably. Let me retrieve my microphone now. Something important, sentimental, and beautiful. You're setting the bar too high.
だよな。俺も一つしか思いつかねえ。
Yeah, figured as much. I can only think of one thing that fits the bill. Oh. Oh, I know where this is going. So he does have an idea then.
それは入れられないの？
Then can't you put whatever it is in the box? I knew I shouldn't interrupt him when he was so deep in thought, but my curiosity compelled me to ask. Akito's eyes remained glued to the box as he answered me.
だってお前これには入んねえだろ。
Nah, you wouldn't fit. Aw. Not where I thought that was going, but that's still adorable. Huh?
うん。さすがに無理。
No, I wouldn't.
だろ？思いつかねえな。
See? Can't think of anything else. Akito blurted that out without even thinking. I can't point that out to him, though. If he realized the gravity of his words, he would flee the house and never return.
これから見つけていけばいいと思う。
You could always find something down the road.
それもそうだな。 この箱に見合うものなんざそう簡単には見つからないか。
Yeah, good point. Though I kinda doubt it'll be easy to find something good enough to put in this box. The box Akito held in his hands really was a beautiful work of art. Each petal was precisely rendered. You could tell that Ichinose had poured his heart and soul into carving it.
一ノ瀬さん、指物師になると思う？
Do you think Ichinose will really become a carpenter?
さあな、進めはしたが無理強いする気はねえよ。あいつが決めることだしな。
Who knows? I recommended it to him, but I ain't gonna force him. He's gonna make that choice.
今回のこと、よくできたなって思う。名前すら呼べないのに。
I think you did a really good job with him this time, even though you still can't call him by his name.
小春さんやゆいがさんのことは呼ぶけど、アキトは私と一ノ瀬さんのことはなかなか名前で呼んでくれない。
You call Koharu and Yuiga by their names all the time, but you still won't call Ichinose and me by ours. And don't try that excuse of... Don't use that old excuse of Koharu only has the one name. That means nothing when you're just referring to us as you and Hey.
努力する。
Hey is what Kagami calls Otomaru. I'm working on it.
お前もやりたいことがあったらちゃんとやれよ。
If you've got something you want to do, you should go for it too.
俺は料理が好きでそれを仕事にしてる。小春はずっと一人でいた時間を埋めるために接客の仕事を選んだんだろう。
I love to cook, so I made that my job. As for Koharu, well, I figure she wants to make up for all the years she spent alone, which is why she chose to be a waitress.
別に今すぐじゃなくていいんだ。どれだけ時間がかかってもいい。どんなに難しいことでも支えてやるから。
Ain't gotta be right this second. Doesn't matter how long it takes or how difficult it is. I'll support you.
アキト、
Akito.
もうお前らは能力から解放されたんだ。やらなきゃなんねえこともねえし、人に生き方を決められることもなくなった。
You guys are free from your powers. I'm not correcting that double negative. There ain't nothing you gotta do anymore, or anyone decide in your life for you. Oh no. Oh no. Fucking cheap ass Ray of Axe. Give me a... Nope, that's dead too. Okay. Fuck. Okay, give me another minute, fellow dragons. Next closest controllers it is. This is gonna be harder.
Senri もKakeruもお前ももう自由なんだ。
Senri, Kakeru, and you two. You're all free.
だから我慢すんなよ。やりたいことをやれ。
So don't hold nothing back. If you want to do something, then do it. Yeah. I had spent my entire life following whatever orders I was given. I'd never stopped to think about what I wanted to do. Ichinose and Yuiga probably hadn't either. It would be difficult to find an answer within ourselves, but maybe with Akito waiting for us, we could summon the strength to locate it after all. I remembered what Yuiga said to me before about Akito being abnormally kind. The word abnormal could invite misunderstanding, but I agreed with the sentiment. Akito was definitely special. He had sustained so many emotional scars throughout his life, but he never stopped being kind to others. If Akito claimed that he was happy, then I was surely several times happier than him. If everything I'd been through was all for the purpose of meeting Akito, then I would readily choose to be reborn as Nanami Shiranui again and again to be by his side. I knew now that no matter how much pain and suffering I went through, as long as I didn't give up, there would be happiness waiting for me. And that is gonna do it for this episode. I will see you next time, fellow dragons. I have dinner to cook. 'Cause I am hungry. And I need to give my vocal cords a rest, 'cause shit. I'm gonna have another problem, 'cause the next thing I want to record requires... I'm gonna have to try to figure out how to use my capture card with a different console. I've only successfully used it with 2 consoles, and even then, one of which, given the state of Code Lyoko Quest for Infinity's lack of audio, yeah, I wouldn't say fully success. I wouldn't say that's a full success. So, I'll have to figure out how to do that with the different console so that I'm not wasting hard drive space with recordings on that console anymore. Plus, I'd like to be able to use this microphone. This microphone is definitely the better one to use for that. But that's gonna do it for this episode, fellow dragons. I'm gonna cook dinner. I'll see you next time. Bye.